Jasmine, and this is Crazy Cat Tarot.
I know just what you needin'. You want someone to believe in. Looking for a deeper meaning. Maybe I've got what you're seeking. Take a puff, it's the weekend. Listen up, don't be freaking. Can't you tell that I'm peeking? Come and swim in the deep end.
Hello everyone, and welcome to Jasmine's Crazy Cat Tarot. So take a look at the 4 cards below, and when you've decided which card draws you in the most, you can find your timestamps in the description, and let's find out what's hidden from you right now and get some words of encouragement, advice, and whatever else comes up. And make sure to subscribe to be updated for any future readings and to be a part of the cat family, because we need more members in this Crazy Cat Coven, okay? So once you've decided, I will meet you at your reading and we will spill that juicy tea together. Hello and welcome to your reading group 1. So if you were drawn to the first card, you're here in the right place. So the Black Mirror card that you chose says a friend that always one-ups you. So I do feel for a lot of you, this is to do with friendship or your friendship circle in general. If you're a lone wolf, the kind that doesn't have many friends, this could be referring to a family member, even a lover. But I do feel like for most of you, it is a friend. And they could be a secret frenemy, as in they're very nice to your face, but they talk behind your back. This friend could be a bit of a gossip. They could be someone who complains a lot, but does very little. And they're kind of envious of you right now. Because whoever this is, they're seeing you getting motivation. They're seeing you getting the drive to go towards new opportunities. The distant horizons are coming your way, but this friend is like an anchor who wants to keep you stuck in the same place with them. They're afraid you're going to outgrow them or this relationship, because they see your potential, and it's not that they don't believe in you, it's that they don't believe in themselves, and they don't believe that they can ever get any further than where they are. So when it comes to you, they're clinging to you in a way that they don't want you to leave that place that they're unwilling to leave, because they're unwilling to make a change. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of unwillingness from this person. Yeah, I feel like they're not the type who could admit to these things or their faults. They're kind of flippant, or they disregard any good advice that's given to them. So with the tarot, you got Temperance in reverse, and it is called Balance in the angel deck. So this is telling me that this person who is hiding their thoughts or intentions from you, they're very unbalanced. Their cups are empty right now. That's why they're in a lack mindset. So they want you to fill their cup. But in return, it just turns out that both of you have empty cups, because these cups are in reverse. There might be a rainbow in the cups. Some of you could be in the LGBTQ community, or maybe this person could be. But regardless, both cups are going to be empty when the balance is upside down. So either you're out of balance, this person is out of balance, or just this relationship in general is out of balance. I feel like you're trying to balance yourself out, and it may feel like a tightrope sometimes. But this person is the kind that maybe leads you back to square one, to where you started. Because with the perfect timing card and the eagle spirit card, they're both facing different directions. You may be looking one way, and this person is looking in another. And because you aren't meeting in the middle, there's a lack of balance here, and this person throws you off balance. They could distract you on that tightrope and you could fall off the wagon, literally. They could be a bad influence. They could keep you stuck or chained to your old ways, your old lifestyle, like an anchor. So for some of you, this could be friends that you had from your childhood, from a young age, that maybe stayed in that childish or teenage mentality. They haven't outgrown that mindset. Some of you could be in a small town and these friends could have that small town mindset, but I feel like your goals are bigger. You have big dreams, but you're nearly afraid to go for them because you fear humiliation. So these could be the kind of friends that laugh when you fail. And yeah, they might laugh it off, make a joke of it and say, hey, I was only joking. Of course I support you. Of course I want you to succeed. But they still laugh and nearly revel in your failures because it makes them feel better for not trying. So by even belittling you for trying in the first place, it's discouraging you from trying again. This anchor is working because they're keeping you stuck and in a lack mentality, just like they are. So with the balance in reverse, literally the meaning for temperance is continued commitment to success or to a common goal. And with the balance in reverse, there is no continued commitment. So this person, these friends, or this group, whoever it is, this mindset is a lack mindset, and that is certainly not the recipe for success. You have the recipe for success, and you have a very high mindset that even if you're not in the place you want to be right now, you can still dream of who you want to be, where you want to be. You have goals and ambition, but maybe you have people in your life, perhaps friends or family members, that instead of encouraging you to go higher, to set your sights higher and believe in yourself more, they could kind of whittle away at your confidence. And with the Two of Hearts here, this is you deepening your love and your commitment to yourself, to spirit, to the universe, and to your ambitions and your intentions. I feel like you didn't believe in yourself because you lacked the confidence, you lacked the self-love, and you lacked the encouragement. And you're learning how to encourage yourself, and you're deepening your bond with your spiritual self. And it's making you feel less lonely, because maybe in this group of friends, you feel lonely even when there's lots of people in the room, because you're not one of them. I feel compelled to say that, group one. You're not one of them. You're cut from a different cloth, from different fabric, silk, luxury. But group one, you're not going to get there with people who don't believe in you, who don't believe in themselves. That's not a winning mindset. That's a losing mindset. So basically what Spirit is telling you, group one, is your friend group, or at least one or two people in your friend group or in your circle, they're losers. They're chaining you to your old habits, your old ways. They're keeping you stuck. And you need to drop the losers, drop the dead weight, because your distant horizons are right there. They're just within reach, but it's going to be very hard to reach them when you have so much weight bringing you down, so much energy. And with the balance in reverse, your energy is drained. So you could still lack that motivation, or lack the knowledge to know what to do next or where to go. You could just be figuring out where you're going, which is a very confusing time to be in. With the Knight of Pentacles here, I feel like you have the potential to be super organized, so responsible and very supportive, and you give this all to your friends. But sometimes you give without getting back, and people take advantage of your kindness, maybe even financially for some of you. And because you're organized, people may have a tendency to say, oh, well, you can sort that out. You like doing that, don't you? And maybe in the past you've struggled with saying no. So people can just assume that you want to do this. So yeah, you're hanging out with people who are assuming that you want to do exactly what they want to do, that you want to stay exactly in the same place. You don't want to make a change. You'd rather complain and gossip with them than chase a goal or, work yourself hard, make any sacrifices. I feel like these people don't want to make the sacrifice. Therefore, they won't change. They don't want to learn because they think they know it all already. So even if you were to give these people good advice, they'd probably roll their eyes and think you don't know what you're talking about because they're disparaging, they're deprecating, and that's led you to be self-deprecating. Someone could be called Kate or Casey, but that could lead you to be very self-deprecating because you're used to being spoken to that way by others, and therefore you've spoken to yourself in the same way. And Spirit is saying this may be hidden from you. You might not even be aware of how you're speaking to yourself. You might just be doing it out of habit. And this is about breaking comfortable habits, because in reality, it's very uncomfortable sitting knowing that you have an abundance of potential and doing nothing with it, and having friends around you or family around you that tell you, yeah, this is fine. You should be happy with this. Why aren't you? Well, group one, they're not even happy with that, but they're not ready to admit or take accountability that it's their own fault that they're still at the same place. We're not in charge of our circumstances, but we are in charge of how we deal with them. And these people have made their choice. Maybe they lack ambition because of a lack mindset, but you certainly don't lack ambition. And Spirit is saying it's the perfect time for you to go forward, chase your dreams, and choose yourself. If you've got friends that always need to make you feel bad in order to make them feel better, well, then they're no friends at all. Yeah, I'm hearing a hound dog. You ain't no friend of mine. Yeah, so this could be a friendship or a connection that you are nurturing right now. It could actually be deepening the bond. This could be someone you feel like you're getting closer and closer with. This is why it's hidden, because Spirit is saying it's going to become transparent, their true and authentic intentions. You need to be present in order to see it. So these people may want to keep you distracted or busy or, cluttered, because you have the ability to be organized, successful. You have the ability to leave this mindset, leave scarcity mindset behind. But these people want to stay in scarcity mindset. If we'll just call it scarcity. Even if you live in a town, a rural town for some of you, let them stay there, because you have higher goals, higher ambitions. You're high-minded, and these people are low frequency. You may think that you can't, but it's because you've never given yourself the chance. The grass is greener where you are. That's why your friends are secretly envious of you. Of course, not all of your friends, but Spirit is guiding you to see exactly who this is and what their true intentions are. Because Spirit wants you to succeed. But you need to know that you can't succeed with so much dead weight pulling you down. You want to rise and level up. But these people want to keep you stuck on their level so you don't outgrow them. Because if you outgrew them, you'd make them feel bad about themselves, and they'd rather keep you stuck feeling bad about yourself. Because misery loves company, group 1. And I feel like you're choosing yourself and choosing your own company over fake company. And once spirit reveals who and what this is, you're going to find a way to politely exit and follow those dreams and keep those sights high and that mind high. Because once you set your mind to something, you are unstoppable. You just need to make up your mind right now and figure things out. And I see you doing a lot of thinking and deep thinking in the next few weeks to months. So thank you for being here, and let me know down below if you enjoyed this, if you resonated, and what you would like to see next. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe before you go. Stick around for future readings, and I hope to see and connect with you again in the next one. Goodbye and God bless. Mwah. Hello and welcome to your reading group 2. So if you are drawn to the second Black Mirror card, the revelation is a perfect online dating match. So for my single group 2s, maybe you are meeting your perfect match online. If you have online dating, if you don't, maybe you're considering this. And yeah, I'm thinking of Bridget Jones, the latest movie in my head, when she joins for the first time. And it's pretty hilarious. So maybe for some of you, your love life hasn't been ideal your whole life. But this is like a whole new experience for you. So even if this isn't online and you're not into that, this could be you going out into the world and finding things you enjoy and meeting someone who is on your level with the same hobbies and interests, or someone who appreciates your hobbies, interests, and even your quirks. Because I feel like you've been hiding your authentic self, what makes you you. It's like you're embarrassed of your quirks because maybe they've never been embraced before by yourself or by others. And this is you embracing a whole new chapter by embracing yourself wholeheartedly. And this really is you putting your heart out there, because with the 3 of Cups, the 3 of Hearts, this is abundance, this is celebration, and you're going to be finding reasons to celebrate that magic. But you have to trust in the magic. You have to trust yourself, and you have to have confidence that you are going to receive this abundance, that you're going to have reasons to celebrate, that you're going to feel magical, and that you're going to make and create magic. Because people who don't believe in magic never see it, never be it, and will never believe in it, because you have to see it to believe it. And you're not going to see it if you're blocking yourself off, or even blocking your mind off to the possibilities of things we don't understand. A lot of people who are very logical will just write off anything that they can't explain logically or scientifically. But this is you being very spiritually scientific when it comes to your manifestations. You could be seeing 66 a lot, or 666, and this is an angel confirmation number that you are on the right path. You are making that magic, but you're being reminded not to demonize yourself. Don't be scared of your magic. Don't be scared of your creativity, because I feel like sometimes maybe your creativity can bring you to a dark place. But this is a part of your magic. You need to embrace both sides, the yin and yang. And yeah, this really is you embracing yourself. And maybe there are others who want to embrace that too. Ooh, I'm hearing Zara Larsson, I would like. So there is someone who would like to get to know you better, and they'd like to really take a good look and celebrate that sexy body with you, group 2. But for some of you, I feel like you may not be feeling 100%. You're not feeling like your best self. And this could be a struggle for you. It could be why you're hiding away, in a way, because You know there's something wrong, but you don't know exactly what it is. So if you've been feeling aches or pains or noticing anything out of the ordinary, Spirit is telling you to get this checked out, because slight and minor irritations can become big problems if we just leave them and forget about them. So yeah, if any of you are finding weird lumps or getting cysts, abscess, any pains that you don't usually have, this is definitely Spirit saying check it out, just to be on the safe side. You're going to be okay, but Spirit is saying that a lot of the emotional pain that you've carried with you throughout the years has taken its toll, not only on your heart, but maybe on your body too. Maybe your stress levels have been through the roof lately, and Spirit is telling you it's time to chill out, rest, heal, and rejuvenate, because your next chapter is all about embracing everything, good, bad, and ugly. But we don't want bad health to turn into something ugly. If you're not looking after yourself correctly or loving yourself right, Spirit is saying you could use a little bit of TLC and self-love. Start with yourself, heal your heart, and heal your emotions, because your emotions are going to bring you a lot of magic. You can create magic with your emotions, but you have to master your emotions in order to master the magic. Because when your emotions are mastering you, you're not being the magician. You're not being in control. And the magician is all about power and being in control. So you do want this power and control of your own life. But in the past, you've been out of control of your emotions, of your stress levels. And this is about you getting in tune and realigning yourself with yourself, matching up your energy with your head and your heart. And this literally could be you matching up with someone new if you're single. And if you're not single, I feel like this could be you reconnecting or realigning with a current connection, but things haven't been gravy lately because you haven't been at your best, because emotionally you've really been feeling it, and maybe they haven't been supportive, and you could even be wondering if you want to stay in this place, because maybe you could feel like this person is bad for your health, especially if they stress you out a lot, because I do feel like your stress levels have been high lately. And maybe for some of you, you've just been run down. You could be getting spots. You could be feeling emotional, hormonal. You could be, allowing your emotions to guide and lead you instead of Spirit. And Spirit is saying, no, tune back into yourself, tune back into me. Don't let things go out of control. Let the background noise be background noise. Don't let it overtake you and become white noise, because you're just in denial. Yeah, so for some of you, you're in denial about something. But with the Page of Swords, Spirit knows, and Spirit wants to remind you that you have always been wise beyond your years. And you just inherently know these things. If you're not feeling great, you know it's for a deeper reason. So stop being in denial and sort that out, because you need to put this wisdom to use. What's the point in having it otherwise? Follow your own advice and nurture and heal yourself. Because I feel like for a lot of you, when you were hurt and broken emotionally, this really did affect you physically. And this is you lining up your mental and your physical health. So some of you literally could be exercising, working on your diet in order to just get your body back into alignment again. You were out of alignment with yourself for a while. This could have been due to a relationship or even a breakup for some of you. Because I feel like you needed to heal your emotions because someone was lying, someone was wearing a mask, and someone wasn't being their true self. They were being a snake and maybe betrayed you. But it took them slipping up, I'm hearing, because snakes are slippery. So someone slipped up. And even though this hurt your heart and even broke your heart, even though it led you to be out of alignment and out of unity with this person, and even with yourself, while you were going through the motions. This is you coming home to yourself, because this person was not your home. And this person could have been treating you like a B&B instead of that beautiful home family energy that you give. This person didn't appreciate it and thought they could just come and go as they pleased. And you realized that, hey, I don't need snakes in my house. So yeah, I feel like you got your cane out or your staff out and banished the snakes from your garden, from your home, from your heart. And you learnt your lesson the hard way, as you always do, but you've always been wise beyond your years. So it's like you already knew even before this person revealed themselves. You could be very psychic, very intuitive, and this is you just becoming more intuitive the more in tune with yourself you become. With freedom here, your self-determination and your independence is what's going to lead you to where you need to be. It's all on you, baby. And if you've been relying on other people to get you there, to get you off, to get you anywhere, I feel like this is you throwing that mindset out the window. You are your own best friend. You are your own biggest fan. And sometimes you have to be your own lover. So if there's no one around to love you, don't let that make you feel like you're unlovable. It just means you aren't easy to conquer or easy to understand or easy to catch. That doesn't mean you're not a catch. I feel like for some of you, it just means you're not ready to be caught right now. You know what a catch you are, but you don't want anyone to hold you back, because there is a great ocean out there and there's plenty of fish in the sea, and you want to go and explore and figure out what's for me, because you are blocked in the past and people wanted to keep you stuck. And now you're freeing yourself from that lack mindset and from these people who kept you in a bad place emotionally, even physically. Some of you could love skulls. And when I see skulls, I always think of my Uncle Paul. And yeah, I feel like this is you being the pirate of your own ship. You've taken control of your own ship, but you may have had to grab the wheel by force. Yeah, because with the Seven of Swords, this is you being forceful about what you want, forceful about your desires, not allowing anyone to tell you who and what you are and what you can become. People have tried to keep you stuck in the past, and now you're being forceful about what you want. Because why not? Yeah, the Seven of Swords is saying don't give in, be adamant about your dreams, because you've dealt with the consequences before, and the consequences are not something you want to experience again. You've learned your lessons, so by repeating these lessons, it's the definition of insanity. And I feel like you're ready for a new chapter, just something completely new. And this is why you need to get rid of those old mindsets. And someone who is just giving you that same old shit, because now you see through their intentions. You know it's just to keep you stuck and unhealed and in bad health like them. So yeah, I feel like even if this isn't physically you or someone you're connected to being unhealthy, this is like spiritual unhealthiness. Someone is not being pure with themselves or their soul. Someone is a very impure energy, and this could be rubbing off on you. For some of you, it was an ex who rubbed their impure energy off on you, and you're still clearing and cleansing out this energy. For others of you, you could be connected with someone who you know is shady, but you're still waiting for them to fully reveal themselves and take off that mask. You could still be questioning what their true form or true intentions are. But this is you knowing that you can trust in yourself, you can trust in spirit, and you can trust in the magic. Even if you can't trust in relationships or dating right now, you can trust that you having the freedom to choose and choose you when it comes down to it. Group 2, this is the ultimate freedom and autonomy. And this is a reason to celebrate, because even if you're on your own right now, there is a saying, eat with good company, even if it's alone. And wouldn't we rather be eating alone than at a table full of snakes and false people wearing masks? So this is you unmasking yourself, embracing your dark side, and embracing everything, the good, the bad, and the ugly. But the past can stay in the past, because now that you're healed, you have your sights set higher, and you're leaving these low frequency energies in the past where they belong, and you are not looking back. You have your best face forward, and that's the direction you're going. And Spirit just wanted to remind you that you are number one, and make sure to look after number one. Give yourself that TLC, and if you know you need to make changes for your overall health and success, do that. It might be hard, but there's nothing that you can't achieve when you put your mind to it. So once you make up your mind, then that's half the battle. So let me know down below if you enjoyed this. Let me know if you resonated, if you have any suggestions as to what you'd like to see next. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. And if we're parting ways here now, thank you so much for being here. And I look forward to seeing and connecting with you in the future. Goodbye and God bless. Mwah. Hello and welcome to your reading group 3. So if you're drawn to the third Black Mirror card, you're here in the right place. And your card reveals a deadbeat brother. So someone could have communication issues, or maybe someone isn't in touch or in communication with a brother right now. And for those of you who don't have a brother, this could represent maybe a deadbeat father, mother, maybe a deadbeat baby daddy or baby mama. Take it how it resonates. But maybe there's a deadbeat in your life that either you're not in communication with, or when you do communicate with them, it just gets lost in translation, and there's a lot of conflict in the relationship right now, because I am seeing a lot of 5s. They can represent a lot of conflict. And the 5 of Diamonds represents worry, and you're feeling the hardship, you're feeling the anxiety that's coming with these issues that are coming up. So yeah, for some of you, if you're not the mature man, this could be issues with a mature man in your life. But with the 2 of Swords, this could even be a decision you have between 2 people, maybe family members, or, you know, a lover and family members. This could be other people fighting and you being caught in the middle. And you just feel at a state of indecision because you have a lot of love, but you have a lot of anger and maybe even resentment, because it's like people are putting problems or dumping their issues onto you when you really don't have the room or the space for them right now. You're trying to heal, you're trying to create, but because you don't have that sacred space, maybe physically or in your mind, you're feeling cluttered, overwhelmed, overworked, and you're just confused. You don't know what to do or where to go next. You could be asking yourself, where do we go from here? Where do I go from here? Quo vadis. And you could feel like you're being surrounded by temptation or deception. So for some of you, you could have a brother that is deceptive, or a brother that gives in to temptation and is deceptive about it. Maybe for some of you, you could have a father who is a deadbeat because they can't live authentically, and you don't resonate if it's not authentic. Yeah, I feel like liars trigger you. So whoever lies to you is someone that you can never fully trust again once they reveal their true colors. But the waters could be very murky right now. For some of you, if you're single, there is a secret admirer that is hidden from you. They haven't made themselves known. They haven't revealed themselves because they're timid. Yeah. And for others of you, if you're in a relationship, this is someone who is admiring you from a distance because they know they can't get too close. They don't want to play with fire and get burnt. But for some of you, you could feel caught between two lovers or caught between two people. And this could be really making you feel angry and frustrated that you're in this position. So this is you trying to figure out a way to get out of this uncomfortable position you've been put in. Group 3, I feel like you are very passionate. You're very adventurous. You have a mind that wants to explore all of the wonders of the world. Maybe you literally want to explore the world because the mature man has a globe next to him. And the Knight of Wands is going down these beautiful grassy fields. It looks like he's following the yellow brick road, so the Wizard of Oz could be significant, or even wicked because there is 2 witches. So yeah, this could be a decision that you're put in and you don't know which road to go or which path to follow. There's a choice, there's a decision, and not everyone can win. Someone's going to be hurt or put out by you choosing to do what's right for you, because maybe you're putting your own needs and wants and desires aside in order to do what you have to do. But now you're realizing it's a duty to yourself to make yourself happy, and your duties don't lie with anyone else. Now, if you're a parent, I feel like this is you prioritizing your family. And if you do have external family members that need help, you could be telling them, well, I already have my hands full, so you're going to have to fend for yourself. This could be you refusing to help someone because maybe every time you do, they throw it back in your face like a petulant child. You need to take time out, because with the time out, you're going to be able to meditate, to reflect. You're going to come to an awareness with that contemplation, but you need silence in order to fully embrace that solitude. You're going through the dark night of the soul, but it's noisy, it's chaotic, and you want to just stop, smell the flowers, and listen to the music of your soul. You want to express yourself and express your soul, and maybe music could help you create, help you express. I feel like you could be divinely inspired or getting divinely inspired. You could have a muse for some of you, but for others of you, you can get inspired by a brick if you need to, but you need the time, the space, and the energy to do that. And maybe lately you haven't had that, so you need to find the time and not let the time find you, because when we're waiting for that to happen, there's going to be always something or someone that gets in the way. And I feel like you're not going to allow people to get in the way of your creativity or your wants or desires, because you realize that they had deceptive intentions or motives. So yeah, with the Badger spirit, you're being told that you need to be fearless. You need to be bold when it comes to your dreams. For some of you, you literally could be feeling rough as a badger's arse. I do like that saying. It just means like, yeah, I've been feeling shit. I've been feeling rough. How rough? Rough as a badger's arse. That's how rough. But this badger looks fabulous. Look at the flowers. I feel like flowers really resonate and help you create. Also, music and water is a great conduit of energy. Yeah, and I feel like beautiful scenery and surroundings helps you to create and express. And this bold badger is telling you, hey, look at me. I'm fabulous. Look at this flower in my hair. Just because badgers don't have the best rep, or badgers aren't known as the most beautiful animals or mammals out there, whatever they are, they're just their own thing. They're their own kind, and you are one of a kind, group 3. So you just need the confidence, the boldness, the balls to go and do you, to choose you, because there's people who are getting in the way of your relationship with yourself, of your creativity, and of your expression. I'm hearing that Madonna song, Human Nature. Yeah, express yourself. Don't repress yourself. And don't be sorry about it either. Some of you need to stop apologizing. You have nothing to be sorry for. And if you're walking around apologizing for your existence, well then, no wonder you're not creating things into existence, because you shouldn't apologize for being here. You are here for a divine reason and a divine purpose, and you're becoming more in tune with this divine purpose, and you're not allowing other people's noise and chaos and distractions to get in the way of that. Instead of distracting yourself, you're finding the time to find the silence, to listen to your own soul. What do you want? What do you need? And with practice makes perfect. So once you can practice, you can improve. There's always room for improvement, but this is you mastering your craft. And masters have to work in silence sometimes. They say you're only an expert with over 10,000 hours of practice. And this is you finding the time to put those 10,000 hours in. Yeah, and I even struggle to say finding the time. So you struggle to maybe be direct with your boundaries. You struggle to take control of your time. Maybe with time management, you could struggle with distractions or procrastination. But once you start, you are going to be absolutely unstoppable. And I feel like in the past, maybe people have gotten your way. Maybe bad habits, addictions, maybe toxic masculines, or even toxic feminines who are kind of very masculine with how they present themselves. Yeah, I feel like if you're a feminine, you're kind of in your masculine energy right now, and it's something you're trying to break free of, but you need to practice silence and being receptive and being feminine, because you've had to do so much for so long, and now you're ready to do you, and you're getting fed up with not being able to just do that when you decide to. So this is you deciding to make yourself a priority, and anyone who gets in the way of that is in the way of you. You're deciding to put yourself first, and it's the decision. And if someone's making you choose between yourself and them, or two people you love, choose yourself. Take the time out, because right now you need to deepen that relationship with your soul, with spirit. You want to express and create, but you've been deceiving yourself and lying to yourself, finding excuses not to do what you were put here on the earth to do. And I feel like you're not allowing anything or anyone to get in the way of your creativity, your inspiration. You are creating sweet music with your soul and with the universe. In the past, your indecision, your anxiety has held you back, but your confidence is growing, and so are you. And even if the people around you, your friends or family members, even a lover, even if they're not bettering themselves or improving themselves, that shouldn't stop you from doing so. And if you still can't find a way to give to yourself, maybe this is you finding a way to just back off from codependence and codependent people, because you're learning to depend on yourself a bit more. You're learning how to enjoy your own company, because it's something you've been craving. And instead of completely isolating, I feel like you are finding a way to feel fabulous again. But that takes some quiet time, a bit of bloody peace and quiet, and it takes support and understanding from the people who love you most. So you have no problem giving support. This is about you receiving support, stepping into that female, feminine, receptive energy, even if you're a masculine. And if you're a feminine, I do feel like this is a struggle trying to break out of that masculine energy. I'm hearing Mask by Doja Cat, and yeah, maybe you could be getting into arguments or conflict with a lover because you feel like you're the man when they're supposed to be the man, and that could be causing issues. But this is you finding a solution and a resolution on your own with your own creations, because they might give you love, but they can't give you that fulfillment your soul seeks a lot of that is within you. So if you've been blocking it out, this is you bringing up those emotions, bringing up all of these things that will allow you to create and express yourself. Stop repressing yourself and stop getting in your own way and letting others get in your own way. You have a yellow brick road to follow. You are a wizard. You are magical, and you just need to believe that in yourself. And even if others don't see the way you see things, not everyone has that magical Midas touch, but you do, group 3. So you just need to really practice and make sure to create, because anything you touch turns to gold and a masterpiece. And by mastering your craft, you're going to create nothing but masterpieces. Someone could have a lisp or a great butt. This is you creating great masterpieces. No ifs and buts about it. You are the master. You are the magician. And if anyone has a butt, well, you're going to kick their butts out of here, out of your sacred space, because you need that to create, group 3. So good luck doing what you got to do, because you've got a lot of magic to create from here. And what's hidden is that some people don't believe in that magic, so they're not receiving it. Whereas you, once you see that in yourself and believe it in yourself, you are going to receive that in abundance. You're going to be bold, fearless, and fabulous. Instead of rough as a badger's arse, you are going to be bold as a badger with a great arse. So if anyone doesn't like that, they know where to park their arses away from your golden throne, because you're Midas. You've touched that throne. Now it's time to touch that easel. Some of you could be painters. Touch that pen. Touch yourself. Some of you need some DIY to loosen up the tension. I'm hearing Tension by Kylie Minogue. So yeah, everything is fabulous when you decide it. And once you embrace your own fabulousness and your own talent and make time and room for that, well then I don't see anyone or anything getting in the way of that from now on. So let me know down below if you enjoyed this, if you resonated, what you'd like to see next. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe to stay updated for future pick-a-cards. And if we're parting ways right here, right now, thank you so much for being here and connecting with me. And I hope to see and connect with you again in the next one. Goodbye and God bless. Mwah. Hello and welcome to your reading, group 4. So if you're drawn to the 4th Black Mirror card, that card reveals a fiancé. So I do feel for many of you, you are in a connected relationship, or you're engaged to be married, if not married already. And for those of you who are single, maybe this could reveal a future fiancé coming your way. But if you don't resonate at all, maybe choose another card, because I do feel like for a lot of you, it's relationship related and just the circumstances around this relationship. So yeah, this is commitment. If you don't have anyone to commit to right now, you could be connecting to yourself. Some of you could have found out that someone you were maybe engaged to or in love with was actually false, and they weren't revealing their true self or even their true identity for some of you. Maybe some of you could have been duped by someone who did have a fiance or was connected with someone, and at the time you didn't see it, but now you see clearly now with the owl spirit. Some of you could be 43. The 5 of clubs can reveal competition and irritations. So I feel like this could be you irritated with someone you're connected to. If it's not a lover, it's a friend. Maybe this friend makes you feel like they're in competition with you, or you feel like they compare your life with theirs in a disparaging way, or, you know, whatever it is. The way someone's coming off is irritating you. Even if they don't have bad intentions, you're just feeling like they're being fake and they're not fully revealing the whole extent of the truth or of themselves. I feel like maybe you've been silently feeling tense or resentful because you haven't been asking for what you want, maybe from your friends or from a lover. Maybe you haven't even been asking the universe what it is that you need or want. Maybe you've lost faith, or you just lack belief that things can change, you can change, or even that a lover can change. Maybe a relationship feels stuck and you want it to change and move to the next level. For some of you, it could feel like you're in limbo when it comes to a relationship. I do feel like, though, this person is your wish come true. This is the person you want to marry. Because this little fairy boy, some of you could have a son, or some of you could have a spirit son that is coming to you in the future from a fiance or a lover you're currently connected with. You are destined to bring a son into the world. The universe is telling you that. This is part of your destiny. But this Jimmy Joe, as I call it, what does everyone else call the little fluffy things before they turn into dandelions? Because maybe it's just an Irish thing, but I've always called them Jimmy Joes, and you blow them and you make a wish. So yeah, this is you making a wish, saying a prayer, and setting those intentions out to the universe, setting these intentions out to your partner, even to yourself. You could be making a plan, a to-do list, but instead of calling it a to-do list, you're calling it to-done list. It's already done. Because you're getting that motivation, you're getting that drive, because things have been feeling stuck. Maybe someone is literally getting a car, and this is helping you go from A to B or go to the next phase in a relationship. Some of you could be moving in together, or this could be what you're wishing for and trying to manifest. But closed mouths don't get fed. You need to open your mouth and ask for what you want. Open that beak and sing. Some of you could have a lovely voice, but you're afraid to use it, or you struggle to express yourself. But the universe and spirit is saying, well, you need to learn how to express yourself, or your wishes ain't gonna come true. You need to speak it into existence. Abracadabra, I create as I speak. So we also have the Nine of Pentacles, which is contentment, luxury, independence. You are content with your own company, but you do want someone who you can share all of these good things with. With renewal, this is the Judgment card. And with the Judgment card, this is you reflecting on your current connection, circumstances, evaluating where you are now and where you want to go from here. And it's a rebirth of this connection. Whether this is a new connection or a long-term connection, I feel this is a rebirth for the relationship, and it's taking you to a whole new chapter, a whole new beginning. So even if you are engaged, this could be you moving in together, or if you're already living together, this could be you getting engaged, maybe planning the wedding. Yeah, wedding planning for some of you is coming up. The angels have blessed this connection, and this connection is going on its way towards getting blessed. But I feel like you're more stressed than blessed right now, or this is at least how you're feeling. You know you're blessed and this connection is blessed, but there's something that's still stressing you out. Yeah, because with spring and seeds in reverse, we're in springtime now. You could feel like that by now you thought things would have grown a lot further than they have, and you would see a lot more results from this relationship, from this connection, and you're seeing nothing, and you feel like it's because they're giving nothing, or this relationship is giving nothing. But I feel like if you were trying to plant subliminal seeds, drop them hints, they just completely overlooked these hints, or it didn't even go through to their head. Yet this is you having to be direct about what you want, either to your partner or to the universe. Communicate more clearly and improve on your communication skills. Because by expecting other people to just know what you need, well, it's not you showing your skills that you know you have. You're not afraid to express yourself. You're not afraid to get what you want or be outspoken when you need to be. But some of you do struggle and you'd rather keep quiet. For some of you, this could be to do with the bedroom, and you need to speak up about what you want. If you're unsatisfied and unfulfilled, don't worry about the risk of offending someone. It's all about the way you say it. So some of you can be very abrupt, and the universe is saying be direct but not abrupt. They're different things. Don't confuse the two and don't get it twisted. With Homeland, I do feel like this connection is your homeland. This is where you want to be. Yeah, you're settled. So being with this person is your wish come true, your dream come true, but there's a false person in the background. So if this isn't your lover, this could be your lover's friends or your lover's family. And you could know that there's falseness around them, but this person could be oblivious to the fakeness. Because like I said, even when you're dropping hints, it's just going over their heads. So you're a lot more emotionally complex, but you still struggle to express your emotions because they come out in the wrong way. Sometimes you have a tendency to repress them, and then you can lash out when people don't know exactly what you want, even though you don't tell them exactly what you want. So you can be a bit contradicting and confusing sometimes. But the owl spirit is coming up saying you're seeing clearly and you're communicating clearly and you are wise, so you're learning your lessons. A sneeze for confirmation, you're learning your lessons. And, you know, you're learning how to laugh about things instead of being so uptight about them. Because if we don't laugh or have fun or adventure in a connection, that can lead people to want to go the other way. Yeah, to a false sense of security. There could be someone trying to interfere in the relationship. But yeah, instead of leading away from each other, you want to be led back towards each other to strengthen this connection instead of weaken it. If there's any weak links, this could be you cutting them out of the circle, especially if you can't trust them. Yeah, you're wise enough to learn your lessons. You could be very wise beyond your years. But instead of allowing your irritations to make you irritable and crabby, this is you finding a way of getting what you want by just communicating clearer. And with Abracadabra, I create as I speak, you're learning how to manifest your own intentions. This love might be your dream come true, but what other dreams do you have? What else do you want? This love might feel like home, but do you feel home alone when you're with yourself? This is you learning how to sit with yourself, love yourself, and fully accept and embrace yourself. This will help you connect on an even deeper level in your relationship by connecting deeper with yourself, really going there. You need to upgrade your self-love, because the better you love yourself, the better you can love others. With silence, no contact in reverse, some of you could be in no contact with a lover right now. You could be going through a rough spot temporarily, I'm hearing. But for others of you, this could be someone who has not been in contact with you for a long time, an old friend, an old family member who is reaching out and getting in touch. Maybe during the springtime, you're realizing that when it came to planting the seeds of this connection, you've done it in the wrong way. And instead of giving up altogether, you're finding a new way to sweeten up this connection. It might be sweet already, but there's always room for improvement. You're learning how to sit with yourself and be alone instead of being codependent on a relationship. By loving yourself at the top quality level, you're not depending on that quality love from someone else, because you've been afraid to ask what you want. You've been afraid to admit certain things to yourself. Maybe at risk of offending other people, you've kept your mouth shut, because she is covering her mouth with this fan. But you're taking the fan down and you're speaking up. you're telling the universe, telling your lover, telling friends and family members what you want, what you have to say for yourself. And if that irritates other people, well, then you can clearly see their true intentions. And when we see someone's true colors, as hard as it may be, it's a blessing in disguise because it stops us dealing with false people once they reveal themselves. So someone's dropping the mask and you're seeing clearly who they really are. And instead of being disheartened about things not succeeding as quickly or going as quickly as you'd like them to be, you're taking that time to reflect. And you're spending time with yourself, or at least learning how to. You're a great lover. You're a great friend to others. But you're learning how to be a better friend and a better lover to yourself. And by loving yourself better, you're loving everyone around you better. But by being more in tune with yourself and intuition, you're teaching yourself how to spot liars and false and deceptive people straight away. You're just on point. And instead of gaslighting yourself or allowing other people to gaslight you that, no, you're wrong, they're not like that. You're learning how to trust yourself because your intuition is very rarely wrong, group 4. You just haven't always trusted yourself or your intuition. You could struggle with trust issues, but there is a renewal coming. Your faith and your mindset are changing for the better, and your love life is changing for the better. You're learning how to speak up for what you want and to communicate clearly. You are wise and you're psychic as fuck. No one can pull the wool over your eyes. So even if they've got a mask over their eyes, you can read what their eyes say. And once someone reveals what they really want, well, you can take it from there. You're very discerning. And sometimes things don't work out because there's better things ahead. So whatever didn't work out in the past, it's because there are better things planned ahead for you. Spirit is telling you, don't be disheartened, don't give up faith. Keep on wishing, keep on praying, and keep on doing what you need to do in order to be more secure with yourself. Because a secure relationship with yourself makes you a lot more secure in your other relationships. You're learning to be independent instead of codependent. And that's what's currently hidden from you. I feel like this will all be very apparent by the end of spring and you're coming out of this phase. It's a cocoon phase. And the butterfly transformation era is coming, and all of your relationships and yourself are transforming for the better. You are glowing up and you are becoming a go-getter because you're just doing better and getting better, group 4. And hey, that's not the worst thing to be hidden from you, right? But yeah, watch people's true motives and intentions because there could be false people on the outskirts of your life or your relationship, even if it's not directly to do with that. So just watch out, just in case. But you can see through any deceptors. You are a deception detector, so not on your watch, group 4. So you are keeping watch, keeping your eyes peeled for any seedy or sleazy people. They won't get past you, okay? So let me know down below if you enjoyed this, what you thought, what you'd like to see next. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe to stay updated for future pick a card readings. And if we're parting ways here and now, thank you so much for being here and connecting with me. And I hope to see and connect with you again in the next one. Goodbye and God bless. Mwah.